Good morning, all. It's Sherilyn Dorsey, creator and founder of You're More Than Their Mother and author of You're More Than Their Mother, Reclaim, Realign, and Rebalance Your Life. So really quickly, I am checking in with you all to really share with you what's going on with me and my family now. So right now, I live in an area that is predominantly white, like 95% white. So it's pretty white, and maybe 2-3% black, and then the rest is other. We have a great mix of from Indian to Vietnamese to French to it's really pretty cool. I mean, people from all over the globe, but it's predominantly white. Well, in the school district that they go to, while it's phenomenal and they do a great job in teaching the children how to think critically and using deductive logic and analysis, it's fantastic. I have a big problem with the materials that they use in the school, meaning the curriculum. For example, in the readings, everything that they read about has this overriding theme of this great white hope. It's a white hero in every book that they read. It's the white person is the main character. It's by a white author. I have a big issue with that. I definitely think it should be more diversified, but I'm black, so my first order of priority is to see that we're represented, blacks, in their readings, homework, literature, etc., things that they watch from the movie clips that reinforce or emphasize whatever it is that they're reading. So today, excuse me, I had a meeting with the teacher because not only are the authors and the representation mainly on white, or not mainly, but whites, they have this thing of reading books that have a suicide in it, from pill popping to murdering and things like that. And that's a problem for me. That's a real problem. While I'm not Pollyanna-ish, that's not all the world is made up of. And to me, reading that and allowing it in the schools and constant analysis of that, to me, kind of desensitizes at least my children, because it comes off as just this thing that's going on or what's happening in society. But what I want my children to do is to know is if they see that kind of stuff or if that's going on, I need them to understand that's not okay, to make a different decision, to get away from that or get away from those people or to get help for themselves somewhere, but not to really send that message out that that's okay and that this is a thing that is normal, because it's not their normal. So what I did today was had a meeting with their teachers saying, and I stopped her from reading one of the books and told them that she will not be reading this book anymore that you all have assigned. And I reached out to some of my mentors and actually some of my family members. Shout out to my cousin Maris Ivy. She's in graduate school. She's an avid reader, but she sent me over a list of black authors or books that have blacks as leading characters outside of slavery, because that was hugely important to me. Schools will give you the impression that our history, as in blacks, began at slavery, and that's absolutely not the truth. So I needed something for my girls to see, have, and read that showed them as the main character, as the hero. They needed to see themselves reflected in these stories and to know that they have a great history behind them and that they have a history of triumph. They have a history of perseverance. They have a history of royalty that they come from. So they gave me a list of their approved readings. I told them I don't approve of that, and I brought them a list. So now I'm on to talk to a superintendent, and like I told them, I'll talk to the president of the United States, but I will advocate for my children. I will not just go along because it's a good school district or it's considered exemplary. We will be represented, and I would hope that all people wanted their people represented. But as stated in the beginning, my first order of business is that I'm represented and that my children see themselves reflected in the things that they do on a daily basis. So I say that to you from a twofold stance. One, in terms of advocating for your children, make sure that you are speaking up. Make sure that you're proactive in what it is that they're doing, from school to their social lives, things like that. Make sure that you're just not going along to get along. You're not trying to be their friend exclusively. You're not trying to be just nice, if you will. You are there as their advocate. The other thing, the other side of that coin is advocating for yourself and in your business. Take this same type of mentality. Don't fall for anything that people are just giving you and say, this is the way it's supposed to be. You have a right to ask questions. You have a right to dissect the information. You have a right to research. You have a right to reject it. Speak up for yourself. Forget that go along to get along. You'll always get what other people want you to have that way. And that's not okay. So I hope this helps somebody. Share it. Whatever it is that works for you. And in the meantime, it's time to move beyond everyone else's expectation of who you ought to be and become the woman you thought that you should be. I will keep you guys posted with how this goes, okay? You all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.